Hi Sagittarius, this is your April 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from astrolada.com, where you can find out your ascendant, sun and moon sign. Make sure you check at least your ascendant sign. Everyone checks their sun sign because, you know, this is what we're used to do from the newspapers. But if you want to see another layer, and if you want to see how your month will be more different than every other Sagittarius, check your ascendant sign, because your ascendant sign will be very different from every other Sagittarius, you know, from most other Sagittarius. And that's what makes your month different, or your moon sign as well. And you see a few layers of prediction that are happening. And these will be happening on different layers and simultaneously. Even if the predictions are contradictory, you'll see both things happening, you know. We're diverse, multidimensional beings. And also there you have a list of your transits for the next 3 years, which are specific, particular for you. So you can access those transits. They are calculated according to your time of birth, place of birth. No one else on the earth will have the same transits of you. And you can watch the videos to see the most important key transformational moments for you for the next 3 years. Anyway, what does April hold for you, Sagittarius? I'm really like what April has in store for most Sagittarius. Some Sagittarius will have it harder, but I'll give you the days and the degrees at the end, so stay tuned. But for most Sagittarius, April is very supportive overall, because there is so much fire, like there is so much support in fire sign that comes to you. But let's first start with the eclipse. The eclipse is happening in your 11th house, Sagittarius. And 11th house, it's happening in the first week of April. You're probably going to feel it from March, and even in April, it's a month before, a month and after lunar eclipse, the influence is felt. And what is a lunar eclipse about? It's about letting go of outdated emotional and ego attachments. Because the moon, which is the mind, the emotional attachments from the past that we stick to, that keep us in the past, that keep us, you know, that keep the ego what it is being eclipsed. So from a moment you're disconnected from this ego, the light, you know, there is no light going to it, so you can kind of overcome certain emotional attachments and outdated modes of behavior in regards to your 11th house, which is friendships. So you can detach emotionally from some unhealthy friendships or groups of people, or modes of operating with friends or groups of people which were probably not productive for you. Maybe you were too allowing to your friends, or in groups of people, or in teams of people, you know, working with the bigger people, or in some organization that you're a member. Or maybe you were too forcing your ideas. You will have some realization about what you've been doing wrong, or what these people have been either taking too much, or, you know, something that's out of balance. You have a realization, so you can outgrow either those relationships or ways of approaching such kind of relationships. And 11th house also rules your long-term goals and dreams, something that you work for a long time, that you have as an, you know, as you know, ambition in a sense. Dreams and hopes is the house of dreams and hopes. So some of you might have realization and awakening that certain dreams and hopes of theirs are running out their course, so that they have to make some adjustments there, and something has to be changed there, and something has to be either tweaked or changed, or fully abandoned, in a sense, if it's no longer productive. So this is the area which the eclipse can trigger for you. Maybe not everyone will feel it, but I have to mention what house it triggers for you, Sagittarius. Maybe more people who are Sagittarius ascendant can feel it more strongly. But definitely some change of dynamics of your relationships and behaviors with groups of people, and in regards to your goals and long-term dreams and wishes. Or also, 11th house rules anything which is about gains. So how do you go about getting your bonuses? What activities are you taking? You might have a realization that you've been going wrong about the way you're approaching how you want to have more gains, whether it's from your business, or if you rely on a bonus, or if you know, so you can have some idea and some realization what you have to change there to make things, to leave behind certain behaviors which are no longer, you know, productive. Anyway, then what houses are triggered for you in another way? For Sagittarius, in a strong way, the 5th and 9th houses are being triggered this month, where Leo and Aries are. These are very supportive houses. These are the other 2 fire signs. And they're helping you, Sagittarius. They're helping you be more inspired. They're helping you be more in touch with your true self. They're helping you be more your true self. These planets will help you energize you, will inspire you, will give you more hope and optimism. In particular, very happening area is where Leo is. For Sagittarius, this is your 9th house. So it can be a very good time for doing something in regards to higher education, maybe getting accepted somewhere, maybe passing some exams, maybe finding a good mentor, maybe finding a better teacher and mentor figure. Even if you're not in higher education, you might decide to study some course which expand your mind, decide to go on a new direction in life, on a new field of study which will expand your horizons into the future. And be open to those opportunities, embrace them. Maybe some person can appear in your life who is as a mentor, advisor, consultant, guru, teacher, guru figure in you who gives you good advice. Welcome that. These are messengers of God, because the 9th house is the house of God and how God communicates to us and sends us messages. Any new ideas and flashes of inspirations that you get, write them down, you know. This can be good for you. And also your 5th house is triggered by the Sun and Mercury to around the 15th of April. So the last 10 days of March, the first 10, 15 days of April, you definitely feel more in a fun mode. Romance can happen more, because 5th house is the house of romance, letting your light shine, attracting more attention, becoming center spot. So very supportive energy. Even if you don't want to go chase after skirts, as they say, you can just use this more inspirational energy to shine your light if you want to impress someone, whether it's in a business meeting or to, you know, to just come across as more full of faith, more full of confidence, more full of spark and liveliness. This will help you. This will help your overall image, overall tonus, and how you're feeling emotionally. You definitely, the energy of Aries is helping you there, and just being more childlike, having more fun, playing around, flirting, maybe going on a few dates, maybe letting your hair down, going paint the town red, enjoying yourself with more creative and hobby and leisurely activities as well. And people who are creatively inclined anyway till the middle of April, they'll feel more inspiration coming to them and putting more ideas into action. And so that's why I like this month for you. And also there is another trigger for you, Sagittarius. It's in the sign of Taurus. Especially it becomes more and more active in the last 10-15 days of April. And this is your 6th house, so then the attention starts focusing for fun and play, which is the 5th house. In the second part of April, it starts going more towards responsibilities, duties, work, improving your skills, getting down to work, sorting out errands, being more efficient and productive. So it becomes more focus on tangible material things, sorting out problems, because 6th house is not the most fun house, but we have to deal with those things, and especially because Mars is in your 6th house the whole month, and Mars loves to be in the 6th house because Mars is the problem solver, and 6th house is problems. 6th house is enemies, so you can go confront your enemies, kick their butt now, you know. You can, well, that's not very nice, because there will be some confrontation that can happen with enemies, or people who try to undermine you in some way, but you have the upper hand in a way. But such kind of problems can bubble up to the surface, because 6th house is problems, things that need fixing, that need structuring, organizing, improving, perfecting, errands getting run, things fixing around the work at the office, or getting this pile of documents finished or whatever, you know. These things will appear, but at least you have the energy, which is Mars, to tackle them, to get them done. And then the Sun joins there, another proactive planet, so it gets, you know, it gets you moving as well. Maybe you won't feel as happy as in the first 10-15 days of April, but, you know, these things have to be dealt with as well. And it can also trigger some health issues. because sixth house is the house of health. So you need to pay attention there, and you have to readjust your, and these are health issues which you can fix, which you can do something about. You can readjust your diet, you can readjust your working schedule or your exercise schedule, so you can fix them and improve them. And lastly, Venus is in your sign, is in your opposite sign, in your 7th house, after the 12th of April. 7th house is relationship. So from the 12th till the end of the month, you have a chance to improve on your relationship. If you're already in a relationship, the second part of April, you just feel more connected, more in love with your partner. If you've had some breakup in a relationship, you can try and approach the person now, because the stars are more supportive of things working out a bit better, you know, or others reacting to you in a more kinder way. With Venus is in the house of other people, and I'm not talking about the enemies. The 6th house is like enemies that you know, but people that you want to get along with, partners, business partners, personal partners. In the second part of the month, Venus helps you smooth out relationship there, helps you cooperate better with others, helps you attract more attractive and gentle and kind people, and more loving experiences as well. And it can increase also your sensuality, ability to attract others, and cooperate with others and attract allies as well. And lastly, I want to mention those Sagittarius that might have it a bit harder. Despite all of those interesting supportive energies that are happening around you, there is a group of Sagittarius, which are the November-born Sagittarius, which can have it a bit harder because of Saturn. And those Sagittarius who have their ascendant or their moon in the first 4 or 5 degrees of Sagittarius, they are having it tougher. Basically, those born from around the 23rd, 24th of November to around the 27th, of November, 28th. Saturn is around those degrees and it's moving backward. It means it's stronger. So, and it's in your sign exactly. So, definitely awakening of responsibilities, new responsibilities, extra responsibilities. Either you're putting them on yourself or they're being put on you from outside. It's a testing period. Saturn tests our perseverance. Saturn tests how determined you are to something that you've built till now to keep it. If you are putting a lot of hard work, which you'll be demanded to do now, you only strengthen it and make even a stronger foundation for it. If not, then you'll be separated from those things, whether it's relationship, emotional attachment, careers, goals, new beginnings, very likely. When Saturn transits the ascendant, the moon, and the sun, whichever one of it is in the first degrees of Sagittarius, often is a time of taking on new responsibilities and trying to work with them. It's like birthing process, so it can be painful. A person can feel overwhelmed, like, can I deal with this? It's too much. It's too much pressure on me. Insecurities and doubts and self-doubts arise, and delays and blockages, but keep the higher perspective in mind. Keep the goals that you have in mind, and you'll push through easier through this period. But now you're required to work hard, to persevere. If you want to keep something, things that you want, things can happen now for the early born Sagittarius only with effort and with conscious effort and working hard on those things. So thank you very much, Sagittarius, and I will see you next month.